Welcome back, darling. Praying all is well with you and your family. Now, I know that thumbnail brought you in here, but it's okay. Come on in. I'm on my way to work. Come on in. Buckle up and let's chit chat. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your family are doing well and awesome and all that jazz. So let's get into it. Why do I say F them kids? Now, no, it's not the most Christian thing to say. And as a parent, it's not the most nicest thing to say, but you guys know what I mean. If you're attached to me, you already know my heart. But let me expound on what I'm talking about when I say F these kids. Now, this is for the parents that are in relationships or in marriage. I want to talk to you. To the young parents, you just starting out. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to do things. You might have grown up in a household where things were kind of done in a way that you just want to do things differently. Nothing wrong with that, okay? But I have to remind you guys that your children do not come first, okay? Do you hear me? Your children do not come first. Now, a lot of you know I have been married a few times. I've been in relationships. And I love my children. I consider myself a successful parent. Why? It's not that my kids are making a whole bunch of money. It's not like, they're out here in society and they're doing big things. I consider myself successful because my children are whole. Okay? They're not trying to kill nobody. They ain't trying to hurt nobody. They're just trying to live their life and want to have more for their lives. So I consider myself successful. They don't have warrants. They're not being chased by the cops. They've never been locked up or anything like that. I consider myself successful because no matter the different changes and transitions that I've been through and they had to witness, they are still whole. Nobody's perfect. I didn't say that they don't do things that get under my skin. Yes, they do. But they're respectful. I have two sons, they're grown, and they are successful, and they are respectful, and they know how to care for their significant others. So I'm successful in that. So when I say F them kids, I'm not literally saying F yo kids, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to marriage and relationships, I believe a lot of the problem that we are having is because you have chosen to put your children before your spouse, before your significant other. Now listen, I'm no professional. I have graduated from the Hard Knock Life University. I have my master's degree in that. Okay. It's a 100% success rate. Okay. I've been through some things, and like my late mother would say, there's nothing like life to teach you. When our kids do things, coming up in a black household, they'll do something and you'll say, I bet you won't do that again. Yeah. That is why I feel qualified to talk about these things, because I have kids and I've been married. I'm divorced and I've seen some things. But let's talk about this. You see, I believe, now, disclaimer, okay? You don't have to take anything that I say seriously. This is just for conversational purposes. I talk to a lot of people, and we get in these various conversations about different things, right? And I want to bring it to the channel, bring it to my family, my community. I love you guys, So I want to bring it to you. I believe that the issue that we are having with today's children is because of how we raise them. Oh, yes, we complain a lot about today's children, but yet have we taken responsibility of how we are rearing our children today that will be the adults tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this. I talked about this in my message that I ministered to my church a few weeks ago. Us women, we complain about men and, how they're mama's boys, they don't know how to lead, and, all of that. We complain about all of that. But how have you raised your son? How are you raising him right now? How was your mother with your brother? Today's children are tomorrow's adults. And I think we fail to realize that. We hold on to our children so tight that they don't mature, that they don't grow. Okay? And that is the issue. You are the problem. I love you. This is all out of love, okay? Just talking here. Just listen to what I'm saying. Everything you do has a significant impact on your child's worldview, how they see relationships, how they see love. People may mock me because I've been married 3 times. Yes, I used to be ashamed of that, but I'm a wife. It's not a title. It is a state of being. It is how and who I am created to be. I was raised by my grandparents, after, my mother suffered with, substance abuse and what have you. Well, I've already talked about that. Go look at the other videos. And when I got with my grandparents, I had a very stable home, 2-parent home, raised in the house of the Lord. I saw how a woman honors her husband, even when she is a type A personality like myself, even though she's opinionated and strong. I saw my grandmother honor my grandfather. In return, I saw how my grandfather loves her. They're still alive. They're celebrating, I think, 39 years of marriage this week. Today? Is it today? Oh my God. It's today. Today is my grandparents' anniversary. Happy anniversary, grandparents. I don't know, 39 or 40 years, right? So, I saw that. So when I would get in situations or relationships that were contrary to that, I'm like, Houston, we have a problem. This is not what I saw. This isn't my model. I got to get out of here. Now, you'll say, because I hear you, okay? I hear you. Well, how you been married all them times and you know what to do and this and that. First of all, can we understand that people lie? Can we talk about that? How people lie and manipulate themselves into your lives and they act like they are where you are. And then by the time you're married, the mask falls off. Can we talk about that? Let's talk about the people that are con artists. Now, even though I'm very wealthy, but I'm not a rich woman. I'm wealthy in my health, my relationships, my love. That's the true wealth. Health is wealth, everything, But even though I'm not successful in society's standpoint, in their eyes, I'm not, I'm a middle-class woman. But when you are anointed and you are gifted and God has his hands on you, you are a target. Now, even though I've been married 3 times, I've still gotten marriage proposals. I ain't bragging. But what I'm saying is people know value. So when you sit here and you entertain relationships where people don't value you, they see you. They just don't value you. And different values mean different things to different people. Whole nother topic, whole nother day. But I'm just trying to lay the foundation of where we're going. I get in these marriages, relationships where men, what plot, like, I need you, you're anointed, you're good for my ministry, or you're good for my marriage, you know how to serve, you're domesticated, you're still respectful, but you're strong, you still get this money. You know what I mean? You got good credit. Listen, I pay my own bills and I push my own wheels. Okay? So when you're anointed and you're gifted and you're called, which is a whole nother topic, because you guys know I'm in ministry, right? I wear a couple hats, right? You do get preyed on. I ain't talking about Father God named Jesus preyed on. I'm talking about I need you for my own selfish gains. So I found myself in relationships, and not that was everything or that was all the reasons. I too had some things and some self-esteem issues and some abandonment issues as well. So I entertained things. But this is what I'm talking about. The children are so important that they will grow up remembering how you served your spouse. There's things as kids that we remember. Like, I don't know how I remember this, but I remember this. Traumatic things, or good things, but we remember certain things. And we fail to remember that we were kids too. And there's certain things that our parents did that we remember. Okay? So it was very important for me to be in relationships that allowed me to honor that current person, because I wanted my sons to see how a woman serves them, how a woman conducts herself, even when she's angry, how she is. I'm not saying I did it right 100% of the time. Yo, I was a young mom. I had my first son at 20, my next one at 26, 25, 26. And they saw, especially my oldest, he saw a lot of things. Your girl was a little, God delivered me, I'm very nice and very quiet. I'm not a fighter at all. But when you back me into a corner, Kalicia's coming out. So children see that. And if I was with someone, whether I was married or not, and I couldn't honor you and respect you, and my kids had to see me continuously act negative towards you, I had to get up out of there, because what they saw was very important to me. So when I say F them kids, I literally don't mean that. I mean it in a sense of when it comes to your relationship, your marriage, your children do not come first. And this is where, especially you mothers, this is where you mess up, because I married a mama's boy, and it ain't fun, and it ain't cute, it ain't pretty, okay? See, when you mothers hold on to your children, you expect them to hold on to you when they get married. No, beloved, it don't work like that. You do not come first when your child gets married. I remember having a conversation with my youngest. He was a teenager. I think he was like a sophomore. And I asked him, we call him Junie. He's a junior. Junie, when you and your wife come pick me up, y'all about to take me somewhere. Y'all come pick me up in your car. Where do I sit? Mom, what do you mean? You sit in the front and, she got to get in the back. No. No. I was the first one to tell my sons that I don't come first when it comes to their marriage. This is the problem that we have with today's men. That's from yesterday's children, yesterday's boys. Parenting did that. Okay? I also believe, and they say, you don't have to believe me. You can walk on by, keep scrolling. You don't have to stay around. But we're talking today. Okay? I also believe that a lot of the issues that we are having with today's children it started when you, woman of God, woman of the house, started serving them kids first before you served your husband his meal. Yep, I'm going to say it. And I know it's controversial. Them kids ain't starving. They be having fruit snacks and juice boxes and muffins all day. That man come home from work. Y'all sit at the table. I'm serving my man first. I'm serving my husband first. Not only does that honor him, it teaches your children to honor him as well. And it shows them what honor and respect looks like. It shows them how they are to treat their spouse and how they are supposed to steward their children. We have created, well, not we, y'all have created entitled children. You are the problem. Oh, yeah. Then they grow up, they're getting older, and they demand your attention. They demand you spend $200, $300 on sneakers, and they haven't even earned it. I raised my kids with the philosophy that I will not reward bad behavior. No. It is time for us to look in the mirror and realize the part that we played and that we're currently playing in the rearing of today's children. Your children do not come before your spouse. Put them children to bed. I don't care. There are plenty of times when I was single, as a single mom, before I got married, my kids were on a strict schedule. At 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night, I don't want to hear y'all. Bed, Bath, and Beyond. So I need a mental break. So when I got married, it wasn't, oh, Mom, you acting new because you got this man and this. No, you already trained. How is these kids going to bed any time of night? I don't understand that. I'm a property manager, and I have residents. I got a call, a complaint, a noise complaint. You know, I have a resident downstairs, single woman, and I got a family upstairs. Oh, God bless these kids. The young mother got 4 kids. 2 of them are 3-year-old twins. Okay? And the woman below is at 12 o'clock at night, 2 in the morning. These children are trampling over my head. Now, she's my age. And we're having this conversation like, we just didn't do that, you know, coming up. I'll be 45 this year. We just didn't do that, you know. And we agree, like, today's children are different because today's parents are different. And that's just what it is. Babies raising babies. You know, it is our job to put them on a schedule, put them on, you know, they need structure. I'm really big for that. Kids need structure. It could be because I'm an Army brat. You know, my mother got married when I was young, and maybe that started it all. But I live by structure. Clean up after yourself. Say yes. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Ain't no, huh? What? Ain't none of that. Because if they don't have respect for you, how do you expect them to have respect as they get older for you know, for their boss and police? I love the kids so much that I don't play about children when it comes to what they see and what they interpret. I don't play about kids. I don't. There was a time, because my mom suffered and she was a functioning alcoholic. I love her. R.I.P. Mommy. I love you so much. But there was a time where I said, Mom, my kids can't come over here, you and your husband fussing and cussing each other and saying F, you know, you doing all of this stuff in front of my children. I don't do that in front of my children. So as they grow up, they're like, oh, no, no. Today's children are tomorrow's adults. Steward them wisely. Hopefully it's not too late, but you don't allow your children to do whatever they want to do. Okay? I was having a conversation with my man about the children of today and just different, things that are going on, different diagnoses that's going on right now, ADHD, AD, all these DDDs and all of this stuff. A lot of it has to do with our food and what we're ingesting. No doubt about it. The pollution, the toxins, everything that we're eating. Yes, our food is trash. Okay? However, a lot of this can be curbed if you didn't use that as an excuse to allow them to have bad behavior. I want you to be a successful adult. So I have to deal with you in your youth. I told my church when I was ministering that as a young mom, I did not childproof my home. I said, don't touch it. And I dealt with you if you did. I dealt with them when they were toddlers. So now that my children are older and bigger than me, I've never had to be in fear that my children were going to do something to me. Never. But when you don't deal with them when they're young, try to deliver a 15-year-old from a habit that they've been doing since birth. I just want to give y'all something to think about. I love you. I do believe in tough love. I do believe in, saying a hard thing with grace. It's not easy. I totally understand. Another issue that we're having is that, you want to give your children everything that you didn't have instead of teaching them everything that you didn't know. Raising my kids was just me teaching them and pouring into them and showing them and educating them and teaching them how to communicate with one another and use their words instead of their body or shouting. Yeah. That's what it was growing up with, raising them. And even if you're a single parent, don't overcompensate and give them stuff because the other parent is not there. Don't do that. I don't care if you got the money and you can give them everything. You can take them everywhere. That's beautiful. But you better make them earn that. Make them value hard work. Y'all wonder why these kids don't want to work today and don't want to do anything? There's a strong possibility that conversely, we have done that. You didn't mean to do it. You did it and you cared for them from a good place, from a good heart. Now, sometimes, no matter what you do for your kids and how you raise them, they just going to do what they want to do. Period. We all know that. Don't set your expectations too high when raising kids. They will disappoint you every time. But that's why your spouse comes first. You over here neglecting your husband, raising these kids, and then when they out the house and go and live in their life, and you looking stupid because you're like, oh, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. You don't even study your man, know what he want or anything. I wanted to cook for my man last night. We were on the couch and I cooked for him. And we were done and he was playing his game. I'm playing my game. We're just chilling, watching TV, just chilling. And I saw him reach for his cup. He went like this and he looked at me like, Ain't nothing else in there. I saw it out the corner of my eye. I'm still playing my game. You know. A few minutes later, he did it again. Reached for his cup. Y'all know what I did? I got that man something to drink. That's what I did. Because I study him. I want him to feel and understand that his needs are very important. And y'all wonder why men won't take their place today. We don't honor them when we have good men. We don't study them. We don't serve them. If you're getting in a marriage to see what you can get from them, you don't have the right heart or capacity. If you're getting married just to check something off the box and just to be like everybody else and you don't have the heart to give, you're done. You're going to have a hard road ahead of you. But I hope anything that I've said, I hope it made sense. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. You don't have to agree. I'm not saying that everything I said is factual and has to be done. I'm saying this is what I see. This is the problem. You honor your spouse. Boundaries. Put them kids to bed. Be intentional. Set date nights. When you're married, schedule intimacy. You're busy. Everything can't be, like just spontaneous all the time. You're busy. She working, he working, everybody ripping and running. We got soccer practice and ballet, and schedule it. It'll help you. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.